What do you remember from the first time you saw the original of The Thing?
Terrified. Absolutely terrified. I mean, it's that great moment where they're testing the blood, and we don't know who's who, we don't know who's been infected, and it's man versus man, and it plays into that paranoia and that isolation, that betrayal. And I was like, that's a great thriller. That's the kind of movie that I want to make. If I'm ever going to do a horror movie, that's it. And that's the beauty of this. Who's on the red carpet?
You're getting really excited for someone. I don't know who it is.
It's got to be Burt Reynolds.
And do you feel like they capture that same feeling in this film?
Yeah, I mean, I think from the top down, from Universal and our three producers, Mark and Miles and Newman, everybody wanted to do justice to that kind of storytelling. So they went out and got great actors. They got Mary, they got Joel, they got Ulrich, Addie, and then they put the money into doing the practicals, and they really made sure the story was character-based and still has that slow burn, which is great. You don't see it anymore. So many of the genre movies now are about a guy with an axe who jumps out and scares you for a heartbeat, but nothing leaves an imprint like 80s kind of thrillers did, and I think this does that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, for sure. And want to hear about working with like the practical effects. What was it like getting to do that and having it not just
amazing?
be all
There's no way you could ever replace that. I think that, normally it's a guy with a tennis ball like walking in front of you, and this was like a practical with like 8 guys moving the alien and like lowering on top of you, and it all became a very visceral reaction, which is the best. It costs a lot more money, but I think it pays off in the actual film.
And since you're in the business of scaring people here, I got to ask you, what scares you, what freaks you out, whether in movies or in real life?
That's a great question. I think it's the same type of reason, which is sharks. I saw the first movie, Jaws, and that's the kind of storytelling that by the time you got to see the actual shark, you were terrified because of all the great, when Quint is on the boat talking about Indianapolis, by the time you see the shark, it's so worked on you. That made a big imprint on me, but I still surf like twice a week. So I'm still out there with the sharks all the time, and I saw like a 10-foot gray white outside of Point Dune one day, and it was like my heart was like beating outside of my chest, but I didn't paddle in. So it scares me, but I also kind of love it, which is probably why we love these type of films.
Yeah, facing your fears.
Facing your fears.
All right, well, thanks so much.